We're ready now.
Oh, brother, we're like...
You're gonna have to just move that on the floor somewhere. The camera's a heck of a lot closer now. Like, I know.
I feel like I'm getting...
Somehow it's the same
I feel like
shot.
back in my North Gaston days, getting my mug shot.
Yeah. Somehow. Yeah. Just throw it everywhere.
Is this important?
No, none of this is important.
Okay.
Nothing in this office is important. Not even myself.
Okay, I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, boy. Oh, that won't work.
You're trying to carry.
Oh, it's gonna put us together.
You're gonna zip tie. You're gonna zip tie our
Oh, I
chairs
need
together.
a zip tie, bullet. I don't know if it'd work. Wouldn't it work? I know.
A little too
Oh
big.
my
A
gosh.
little too big.
Oh my gosh, bullet.
I got a bigger one that would work, but
I'll be bringing a big. Oh gosh, bullet. Let me see. I like when we get the props, bullet. Let's see. I can't cover Georgia, bullet. We got
it's a little cluttered.
Yeah, it's a little cluttered.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, boy. I'll present this to you. Oh, boy, I know. Oh, I'll use this in a minute. Okay. Oh, God,
right.
something just came to me.
Okay. All right.
Oh, boy, I love just props. That's the making of a good comedian.
Actually, no. That's actually the opposite of what people say.
Man, I listen. I saw a clip of Carrot Top. You know, my favorite guy, and brother's on some good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, what the heck, man? Is that the same Carrot Top that's been Carrot Top the whole time?
No, it's a different one because he died and they replaced the Ultimate Warrior. They replaced Carrot Top
Well,
just
I
like
was
Ultimate
gonna say,
Warrior.
what the heck, man? Bro, like this. Try to sign an autograph. I was amazing.
You can tell by the eyes. It's a different Carrot Top, just like you can tell the different Ultimate Warriors.
Listen, I thought it was like Warlord with like a red wig. Brother Jack. So anyway, okay, we gotta get on the air first. Just a piece.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Dad, do work. You wrestle. You hear the clap?
Yes.
You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Bullet, let me tell you, I may get a little emotional.
Well, maybe I should turn down the audio because the camera is a lot closer than it normally is.
Bullet,
the camera is
that's
very
what we
close
look like. Bullet,
Yeah.
that's what we look like. I kind of like that.
Normally
Very
the camera's like another 6 feet away, and I turn up the audio. Right now, I think there's going to be no issues with this audio today.
No. Bullet, listen to me. Most emotional experience of my life. Now, listen to me. I have been beat by Ric Flair. I have worked Greg Muda the first time he spit in my face. Hey, James Ray. But anyway, but a very emotional weekend for me. Everybody knows the South Wedding, Dark Journey, 2019. Boy, let me tell you something. Of course, I show up like 4 hours early. Do you see what I'm saying? Dark Journey, how do you get there early? Okay, try to
sit there in your flip phone in the car. Somebody trying to come up and talk to you, and then you're like, no, leave me alone.
Remember, I do this.
And you're just like, okay, buddy, okay, hold on. And like,
but was you there with me this weekend?
You've done that to me many times
because
before.
you know why I'm doing this. When you approach me, I do this, and I'm not really talking to anybody, but kayfabe, and then they turn around and walk away because they don't want to interrupt me. But anyway, but let me tell you something. As a dad, okay, the most emotional time, and I'm strong, but I don't shed many tears. I'll be honest with you.
Let me keep talking, George. I'm gonna fix this audio right here.
Is it too loud, boy?
No, you're fine. Don't you dare calm down a little bit.
But let me tell you something.
I have
an emotion. But listen to me. I'm strong. I've seen a lot of pain in my journey. A lot of pain. Okay, that could have brought tears. Okay, but they did not. I have tried. Seriously, I'm being serious here for a moment. I have tried to cry.
I've tried to cry this last week. There's nothing
you
there.
Can't.
There's nothing.
You can't.
There's nothing. I've been trying. I've been on the verge multiple times in the past week, and I just can't grab it.
But you know what that great Academy Award, greatest actor of all time, Burt Reynolds said? He couldn't cry either. Similar to me and you. You know what he did? And he said it didn't even work. Actors, I'm doing the Harley Race expose on actors. You know what they do? Dark Journey, I bet you didn't know this. They take a raw onion, like on the scene with them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Have to.
And they squeeze it like when they're doing like a love scene or something where they want to start crying, and they're squeezing that onion, thank you, and it brings tears to your eyes. Okay, so Burt Reynolds.
Well, I'm gonna have to be Danny Hodge and be able to really squeeze that onion to get out some tears for me because I cannot. I can't. Like, my heart's broke.
Let me tell you something.
I'm sad. I feel like I'm gonna be alone the rest of my life.
I know.
I've been lied to. pushed aside. I've turned to alcohol.
And that's before the wrestling
and then I'm
business.
alone in the middle of the night, and I just want to like have one good cry and shed one good tear about the misery that I feel inside. And I'm like, all right, go ahead and cry, and it won't come.
It won't come.
It won't come.
But let me tell you something. I knew, and I can't, when you approach a wedding, I know I had got there early. Beautiful, just the setting. It was an old, my daughter had picked it out. It's an old setting with a barn and just a beautiful pasture, and the pasture had been cut, and they got a little log cabin that you get ready in. And
let me ask this before you go any further.
Okay.
When you saw the whole lay of the land of this, was the thought that ran through your head that, man, this would be a really good place for wrestling?
Yes, it was. Bullet, you were there. I should have just sent you. You see what I'm saying?
You could have sent me an invite, and I would have been there. I didn't have anything going on that day.
No, brother, it things cost money. Let me tell you something, Bullet. I'm trying to reuse them.
Per plate. I get it.
Per plate.
They charge per plate. I get it.
If you would have shared a plate with me, then we would consider it.
Okay.
Everybody laughed at me because I was going around getting the silverware back. I'm going to use it. It was somewhere down the line. But, Bullet, listen, let me tell you something. So when I approached, no lie, when I approached the setting, I'm thinking, now we can move a few cows that way, and Bullet could back the truck in, and then we could put like a camera here. But then I realized where I was at. But Bullet, let me tell you something. So see, I don't know proper etiquette. You know how stupid wrestlers come in the dressing room and they can't work a lick in the ring, but they know they think they know perfect etiquette.
They all got a suit. They shake everybody down.
Oh yeah, you see what I'm saying? They think that's part. But anyway, but I don't know wedding etiquette.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
which let's take a little detour here.
Okay.
Get everybody, they do all the right things, etiquette wise. Shake your hand, do
Right.
this, do all that. But then they'll have a match, and then they'll be like, I'm sorry, I forgot all the spots. You will bend over backwards to shake everybody's damn hand.
That's right, Bullet.
But you won't do the extra work that requires you to be a professional wrestler.
That's exactly right. Because we've always said, you get that part right in the ring, and we'll shake your hand, right? But listen to me. So,
listen, I'm getting all kinds of heat in the locker room, but I'll tell you one thing: I don't forget them damn spots.
But listen to me. But see, I don't know now, and fans bear with me here. See, I didn't know proper etiquette. Now I know the husband cannot see the bride.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's old school. But couldn't a dad see the bride? I didn't know. Okay, I know they can now. See, all this is clear to me now. But I've never been to a wedding. I didn't even go to my own. Oh, that's very Roger Dangerfield right there. You see what I'm saying? Very Roger Dangerfield. He said my wife was so happy for our wedding she didn't even invite me. But anyway, where was I at? Oh, so I kind of hanging out. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like James Drake does when we're setting the ring up and he's not helping. He just kind of walks around.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like hanging back.
Oh yes.
Kind of like all these guys that are at WWE backstage, like hoping they're going to catch like Mark Carrano in a corner or catch somebody like a Johnny Ace.
I was an extra.
And ask, how can I get a job?
Yes,
or you're just kind of hanging out when they need, like we need somebody over here. Or
Journey, I was an extra. That's what I was. Yeah. I was a WWE extra at this wedding.
Did you have a button-up blue shirt with black pants?
Oh yes.
That's the outfit you have to wear.
But let me tell you something. So I'm waiting for somebody. Because I'm really trying to show respect to my daughter, and I'm not trying to like take over and start running it and just start yelling at goofs and tell them to set chairs out. How hard can this be? You see what I'm saying? Because I really wanted it to be special for Abigail. Okay. So anyway, I'm holding out, Bullet. Okay, and I haven't even seen her yet. Okay, I hadn't even seen the Holy Grail of weddings is her. Okay, so I'm hanging out back, about the log cabin. Okay, so then the photographer lady, the sweetest lady in the world, who was brave enough to take on this job of trying to photograph this whole thing, and just unbelievable, sweetest lady in the world. So she meets me first, and of course she knew me when we introduced, and she said, "If you'll come with me," and of course she caught right on. I couldn't sit still that day for some reason. I just couldn't, Bullet, because there's so much going through my head. All those bad dad experiences as a child. Will my daughter remember it when she gets up there? Or just a lot of the old devil.
That's in their head. And then you're like, well, would it be better to set the ring up over here or on the other side of the hill? I don't know. What's the best layout?
Exactly. I think we can get more chairs if we move those 4 cattle back.
And then what's the fake conversation I'm going to have to avoid not talking to this person when they walk up?
Yes.
Like,
but let me tell you something. So listen, okay, so there's a log cabin where Abigail's getting dressed, okay, and I have not seen my daughter yet, okay? You got to understand, Bullet. All that's going through my mind is when she was little, she gave me the title of this great book. Dang, I should have used that at the end when we get done. But anyway, so all this is going through my head, Bullet. What I should have done different as a dad and as a child.
There's a lot of things you could have done.
A lot, boy. I know, boy. So listen to this. So the sweet lady, the photographer lady, she says, could you come with me? So there's this beautiful log cabin. I mean, it's just, not a log cabin, I'm sorry, but a smaller barn that they still use. And it's very old school look. So I said, well, where are we going? She says, well, we want to take a couple pictures of here. And I said, okay. And I said, well, who with? She said, well, you and your daughter, of course. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When Kerry was debating to go WWF or stay with his dad, that crossroads was approaching me at that time.
But did you have both feet?
Yes, I had both feet at this time.
All right.
And boy, listen to me. I was fixing to run. I mean, I was Steve McQueen in the hard movie he made back in the day, jumping the picket fences. I mean, the barbed wire. But Great Escape. Thank you. So anyway, so we're standing here, okay, and I cannot imagine, Bullet, the sweat. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I can't drop that yet because I'm going to do something with it later. But anyway, boy, so the sweat, the nervousness, the anticipation, it was like Sid Vicious was waiting on me out there in the ring. You see what I'm saying? That anticipation on whether to run this way or not.
You looked at the booking sheet.
Oh, yes, I saw the booking sheet.
And it said Vader.
Oh, it said Vader. It said Vader after he broke Joe Thurman's back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It was actually the booking sheet said Sid and Vader.
Yes.
Because they needed to get some job matches before they wrestled Sting and David Boy Smith.
Oh, yes. And they're letting the Awesome Kongs walk them to the ring against me. That's how nervousness I was. All four of them in the ring at the same time.
And Kevin Sullivan is introducing them to the ring, and he's got a monkey wrench. He's going to hit you with it.
And Kevin Sullivan,
trying to get over.
And Kevin Sullivan, yes, boy, good memory. Yeah, Kevin Sullivan's got those metal stairs in his hand, telling me he wants me to hit me in the head with the metal stairs that will hook to the ring because he's trying to get over. Now, brother's done been in business like 52 years. Killing me is not going to matter. So all of this is going through my head. And I said to the sweet photographer lady, I said, you have to tell me when Abigail's getting ready to walk around the side of this barn because emotionally, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really did, boy. I'm pouring my heart out here. First time 300 episodes. So let me tell you something, Bullet. The sun, the birds, I swear I could be wrong, but I think the birds were tweeping. Don't stop believing. I believe that. Or maybe in just a couple crows. I'm not sure. But anyway, Bullet, let me tell you something. So I'm standing there by myself. The photographer's waiting. Oh my gosh. Bullet, listen to me. When my daughter turned the corner of that barn, I'm going to tell you something. Yes, she was all prettied up. I've never seen her. I've seen her prettied. Don't get me wrong. But I've never seen, it's like she was walking with one of these filter gimmicks. You know what I'm saying?
She had a filter.
Yeah, no.
She had dog ears on.
No, exactly.
Tongue,
but you know when these ugly women try to pick you up on Facebook and they use the filter gimmick, Dark Journey? That's what... It looked like my daughter, and I'm not taking away from my daughter because she was, but that's how beautiful it was, Bullet. It was like the ultimate filter was in between me and my daughter. Yeah. And so, Bullet, I'm not lying. I've been over. I swear, it's like Stan Lane gave me one of them kicks in the stomach, you know, when he's off just a little bit and taters you. I mean, I just literally.
He's trying to get over too, George.
Oh, he's got to get his thing. And Tommy Thomas is over there yelling. But listen, I've never had this emotion. Now, I've been clotheslined. I've been knocked out. I had a guy sit on top of my head.
Jenny Bryanson told me she didn't love you. You've had all the emotions.
Oh, boy. Now, let me tell you. Keep that thought in mind because I'm going to tie all this in.
Okay.
Oh, boy. I love you. So, listen. When my daughter walked around the corner of that cabin, I've been over. It's like I had stomach cramps. It was like it was that time of the month, but it wasn't because I don't have that time of the month. So, anyway, but I did. It was just, I don't know what was happening to me. I was like, it was the most emotional thing I've ever seen in my life. She had the dress. You see what I'm saying? I mean, listen, Jerry Lawler just walked out with the big thing that he never wears no more. You know what I'm saying? The one that he wore in the Mid-South Coliseum against Andy Kaufman. You know, the big one. Right, not when he rode the horse out or the camel that time, but when he you know it's a big house when he wore this out. So, Bullet, all I could do is I started crying. I'm emotionally. There was no onion. There was nothing. There was no cameras yet. And emotionally, Bullet, I just started crying. I mean, I just started crying. And now listen to this. As if my heart was not melting inside of me, Abigail had this shadow box, Bullet.
Oh, you took a picture of that.
Oh, my God. Bullet, let me tell you something. And I'm not sure if she was just trying to, like, kill me right then, and just be done with it. But so she gives me this shadow box. Mm-hmm. Oh, Bullet, let me tell you something. Not the kind of shadow box that, like, Tommy Rich smacked over Boogie's head in Memphis. This was, and Bullet, let me tell you, she did this herself. Bullet, I had give her an old bandana of mine many years ago, Bullet, and she had kept it all these years, if you can believe it. Bullet, let me tell you something. And so she had took it and had embroidered right down the line. It'll always be me and you, my journey song and all that words. But anyway, and then there's this picture. I told you, I shared it with you a little bit last week. Mm-hmm. 2 pictures. She had took one of my ring jackets, unbeknownst to me. Bullet, I just thought it stuffed in my bag because I never unpack my bag my bag or wash it or nothing. But anyway, so
you have well, we've never talked about it. You have a very big bag for the guy that's only worn boots and trunks.
Oh yes,
and
very
one
big.
knee pad. Like
let me tell you something.
You have a bag that's the size of.
Let me say something. Let me quote on this. Remember when Ric Flair said, if anything ever happens to him, get to his phone first. You see what I'm saying? Get rid of the phone.
It was more like, I got something in my shave kit. You need to get rid of it. I believe was what he said as he was getting loaded up after plane crash. That was the first thing that was on his mind. Like, hey, I don't know if I'll be able to walk again, but I need you to get into my shave kit. There's something there that's not supposed to be there. Yeah. Go take that out, please.
So, Bullet, if anything ever happens to me, get to that bag and just destroy it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, you can go through it first. Maybe a few things.
No. But Zane Riley's there's a box in my house in my drawer that he has to destroy. I may destroy most of it now because I'm not with that person anymore, so I don't need to keep those secrets. I haven't decided to destroy that yet because, like I said, going through emotions, I'd like to cry first before I get rid of that.
Well, let me tell you something. So anyway, and I know we got to move on, is she gave me this shadow box with those pictures, her in it, and most emotional thing. So we had pictures made. Bro, I cried. So believe it or not, as rough as that sounded, I think that helped me. That was like giving me a little warm-up match before the big main event. Okay. So now listen to this. I'm gonna sum all this up. So
help me run through a few spots before.
Well, let me tell you. But let me tell you, the cabin's up here, and the wedding's going to be outside. But where we're getting married is about far for me to stand lane. I mean, it's a long walk. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, okay, it's pretty cool. They'll put me in one of these little Deion Sanders golf carts. You see what I'm saying? But no, we got to walk this thing. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? We got to walk, me and her. But, Bullet, let me tell you something. So, okay, I got a flower. Okay, now here's Scarlett, the stone cold Steve Austin of this wedding. Mm-hmm. Sister, Abigail's twin, got 2 beers in her hand. She's having time of her life. I think she meant to go next door to the party and just happened to stop at the wedding. But anyway, so I had to have a flower. Okay, they got to give me a flower. So the only one that could pin it on me was Scarlett, okay, which is having like a time of her life. I don't know if I trust her with a pin this much. So I said, Scarlett, could you help me? We're getting ready to go. She said, fine. Boom. And so she like pins it. I can't see where she pinned it, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm just glad she didn't stick me in the neck. So my flower's like right here. I didn't know. I thought it looked pretty handsome. 2 seconds before we get ready to walk down, Abigail looks over and says, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Who pinned that on you? I said, your sister. She says, oh my gosh. So Abigail basically shuts down everything. We got to fix this. So anyway, she's fixing to get married. So she fixes. Hold on, Bullet. I'm sorry. I keep dropping my prop, and I can't drop it till
you're ready.
You'll know why in a minute. Okay. So anyway, so long story short, Bullet. I get my flower. Okay. So everybody's here. This thing is sold out. I personally think. Remember the old story I told you about Brooke Bernard, the old timer? He would always, wherever he wrestled at for Crockett on a Saturday, he'd look in the newspaper and see where the church on Sunday had a
church supper.
Free. Yes, homecoming. They would have homecoming. And he would go visit the church, not because he wanted to go to the church, just because it was free food. Yeah. The homecoming was free food. This place sold out. It was five minutes before bell time. People still pulling in. Man, I'm thinking, the pictures. I
don't know why people are always late to weddings.
But I couldn't believe it. And Abigail thought I was just trying to ease them because everybody left to the venue, to the spot, except me and her. Me and her's in the cabin. We're the last 2. I gotta get the music right. If the music ain't right, we ain't coming out. But you're exactly right. Abigail,
People are always showing up late to weddings.
No.
And the people set these dates months in
Yes.
advance. This isn't like a Jake Manning putting on a Carolina Stampede September 12th, which is just a month away.
Yeah.
And just put it out there 4 weeks for you to decide whether you're going to be there and let you know that you're going to be there. Or me running a comedy show, it just pops up the week before.
Right.
No,
They knew this.
They knew this months in advance. They knew the time. They were asked to RSVP or whatever
That's
it is
exactly right.
to be there, and they knew it. They probably even had a countdown online. There was a website that was clicking down to the exact minutes they're going to be husband and wife, and then these people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry,
Clark was counting down.
We were a little bit late because traffic was bad."
But boy, that is no
Get
lie.
there an hour early.
Abigail thought I was trying to just soothe the moment because we're getting ready to go to we're getting ready to walk down, and I said, Abigail, we can't go yet. There's still people coming in. She said, "Oh, Dad, this ain't a wrestling show." She said, I said, "No, I'm serious. There's still people 2 minutes before we walk down pulling in right now. So I don't know who these people are." So anyway, and boy, I'm like, we're getting ready to go. She said, "We got to wait for this music." And I did have, and I'm gonna give a quick plug out to our buddy Bob Keller. He's got the whole disc jockey, karaoke, the whole sound system and stuff. And so I took a chance, and he to have him come and do all the music and stuff like that, which I knew I made a good decision. But still, Abigail, knowing her dad's thinking, "Yeah, Dad, you had to get somebody in the wrestling business because you're trying to save a few bucks," which she knows me too well, kind of like you. But anyway, so I knew that part was okay. So we're sitting here, Bullet, and all of a sudden, it's time. Oh my gosh. And she had already very, very Bullet Jake Manning-ish. The day before, she had actually, in her underneath clothes, she had actually walked the distance, from us to the preacher to see how long the song. You can't get there before the song does. The song, you got to time it right, okay? Yep. So anyway, now I'll move on, Bullet. So we're walking. Bullet, and this was the coolest thing in the world. Her dress is immaculate. I mean, this thing is huge. But what we had forgot, and it's funny now that we look back at it, is we're out in the woods. I mean, this is like Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I mean, and her dress as we're walking, and she's telling me to slow down, if you can believe that. And her dress is picking up everything. I mean, limbs. It's like.
She's getting there. She's got to shake it out. She got to shake it out when she gets there.
Listen, it's like. It's like one of these tractor things that's dragging the ends, the infield. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just pulling up everything, getting it smooth. So I look back and I said, "Oh my gosh, Abigail!" I mean, there's things were following us that she was just pulling limbs, trees, branching, and then her gimmick on her veil gimmick had got caught and it was about to pull back, and we're still walking. I said, "What do you want me to do?" She says, "Grab it." I said, "Well, I mean, how do you grab it?" So very cruel connection-ish. I slid his hand behind her, and so I was pulling the veil through the weeds. And nobody even known it. So anyway, we get there. Okay, the preacher's here. We walk in. Bullet. Scarlett's over there. Throw me another one. Scarlett's standing up on the. She's waiting. I said, "Sit down, Scarlett." I mean, Scarlett's you know what I'm saying? She's
getting one of these.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can y'all hurry up? You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hurry up? So anyway, this is, and then I'm going to shut up after this, Bullet. We're in front of the preacher. The only thing I had, because I done told him, don't give me nothing. If I'm going to say something, I'm going to say it, whatever. Don't give me no spots, James Drake, to remember. So anyway, but boy, this was the most emotional thing, besides when she walked around the cabin. I have to take her hand, which I've told you. Mm-hmm. I have to take her hand out of mine and present it into Cody, her husband-to-be's hand.
They
okay?
emailed you that spot a week.
Oh my gosh, they did, and I should have probably read it. Okay, but let me tell you something. I want to think that I was working it so good, like Ricky Steamboat, that I had people worried for a minute. That is he going to do it? Is he not? Because I take it out a little bit, and put it back. You see what I'm saying? But boy, that was probably the hardest thing than trying to call a match. With James Drake when he don't want to sell nothing. But so I took it out and I put it into Cody's hand, but I didn't let go. I couldn't. My God. And Cody's trying to call a spot under his breath. You got it.
I'm gonna roll you up. And then I gotta walk be like, "Hey, Cody, that's a good spot and all, but yours ain't gonna do it."
Poor Bavaros. Bavaros is mad because they wasn't invited to the wedding. But anyway, but listen. So it took me a minute I'm not lying, because I knew once I let go, she's not mine no more, Bullet. You see what I'm saying? And oh my gosh, Bullet, and 6 minutes. They timed me. Scarlett's up there. She's mad because it's been 6 minutes in between her last, brewski. But anyway, so, Bullet, let's do it. So, I put it into his hand. But I didn't let go yet. Okay, as I didn't let go, and then everybody's under their breath, and you can hear some giggles in the back, like they think I'm doing this for fun. I'm not. I don't know if I can let go. Is what I'm saying. So anyway, believe it or not, Bullet, I did. I let go. The crow started crowing. It got dark. The locust fell. Oh, Bullet, what a work! But I changed my mind. I want to announce it right here on our great television show.
All right.
I changed my mind.
You rescind?
I rescind everything. I don't give her away.
You didn't give her away.
Somebody's got to listen to me. I didn't know that it meant she actually leaves with him. You see what I'm saying? I thought it just, you play games when you're young, boy. But anyway, they left. But let me tell you something. Now I'm going to shut up. We got a lot of wrestling stuff to cover. Let me tell you something. I had forgot. Dark Journey, this may bring a tear to you and Tommy Thompson's eye. I had forgot that there's got to be a dance. Oh, Dark Journey. There's one dance with your dad and your daughter. Now, personally, I haven't danced since 1980 when, like you shared earlier, when I told Jeannie Bryant that I loved her at the prom, even though we just met. Okay?
She said, no, you don't.
Yeah, she said, no, you don't. So it kind of killed the moment, Tom. You know, sometimes I probably should have got to know her before I told her I loved her. So anyway, Abigail's here on the floor. There's nobody else on the floor, Bullet, okay? Inside this beautiful, beautiful two-story barn. I mean, it's just beautiful, immaculate. The lights. So I don't know how to, dance. Now, I can work anything. Do you see what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. But now, Bullet, please bear with me here, okay? Now, this is a question for future dads. Thomas, just listen to me. How do you, and I'm not being stupid here, Bullet, because this is what's going through my head at the time. How do I hold my daughter? I mean, honestly, Dark Journey, you got to help me here.
Middle school.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, I didn't know if you do the old, where one's hand out here like I'm playing a guitar on her back. I didn't know. Yeah, Tommy Thompson. I didn't know. Do I do that?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know it either.
No.
But you definitely don't hold her the way you.
Right. Exactly.
The way I used to hold girls.
You don't hold her like I did Jeannie Bryant.
No,
that's for sure.
That.
Anyway, so that's rushing through my mind because I don't want to embarrass her. I mean, I can embarrass. Everybody knows I'm, an idiot. But anyway, Bullet. So I did like you. I did, like middle school, and so. But Bullet, let me tell you something. And I didn't know any of the music. I didn't have no part of that. Abigail took care of all that. But Bullet, so I hold my daughter, and we got to do this one last dance, okay? And I can't wiggle too, much, gonna throw my hip out. But anyway, so guess what played? Oh my gosh, Journey, Bullet. Let me tell you something.
No, screw that, George. Abigail was trying to kill you. I'm not.
I had no more emotion.
I know you were questioning on whether or not she was trying to end you with that shadow box.
But
if she played, no, she was trying to kill you.
She was trying to just do it all.
She was trying to end you all. Does
see,
she know that you would rescind the giving away part?
Yes.
So she was trying to murder you at this wedding, George.
And see, Tommy Thomas, she's so much like her dad. She's thinking, oh, we've already got flowers here. We've got a preacher here already. Okay, we got a disc jockey here. Okay,
and it's a perfect good field out there.
It's a perfect good field.
We can dig a hole real fast.
Yes,
we can bury him and give a wedding and a funeral for the same price.
Exactly.
Bob Keller's going to be DJing both anyways, regardless.
Bob don't care as long as he gets an envelope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of proud of my daughter for thinking like that. To be honest with you,
she's trying to murder you.
Bullet,
straight up.
That was straight. You see what I'm saying? And
Stone cold killer.
It ain't going to cost nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's all there, Tommy Thomas. So I will never dance again. You know how, like, Tommy Dreamer won't work any ECW tributes because he said that's a part of his life that he did it.
George
and he's
Michael,
done.
I'm never going to dance again.
Right, exactly. So I'm sorry if Dark Journey ever asks me to dance, I'll have to refuse. If Tommy Thompson wants to dance, I can't do it because I left everything. Let me tell you something. Oh, this is good right here. This dance was so special. Guess what, Tommy Thompson? When we were done, I left my boots on the floor.
There you go.
Oh, Tommy Thomas, James Drake, did you hear that? You know he did.
Yeah.
But listen, James Drake, how come you can't pop to that special line I just said? This dance was so special to me. I left my boots. I left my boots on the stage. Do you see what I'm saying? And I didn't leave my jacket because I didn't have a jacket on. But because Undertaker came back and got all his stuff.
Yeah.
But Tommy Thompson, I can never, and I'm serious too. Okay, I'm not like Terry Funk retire, come back. I can never dance again because I left my boots. I left my boots on the floor. Okay. So anyway, ate cake, food, Bullet, most emotional ride in my life. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, now it's done. Now it's back to reality. But
I'm sitting next to a ghost.
yes, let it be known right here on this episode following the wedding that I denounce everything that happened. I want her back. Okay? There's a 30-day policy. There's a 30-day return policy. If I can get it on a lawnmower, I can get it on my daughter. You see what I'm saying? If I can get it on that weed eater at Walmart, I can get it on my daughter. So I got 30 days to speak my mind or forever hold my peace. Okay? But I ain't hold my, so I want her back. And I'll keep everybody updated
How you doing
and if I get her back. So anyway.
That's why she's trying to kill you.
Oh yeah.
She knew you could do this.
She knew, Bullet.
Yeah.
But in a way, I'm not mad because she tried to do me in. I'm very impressed that she's listening to me.
But very thrifty about it.
Oh yeah, very thrifty.
Yeah.
You know, and
get a double booking.
because she's thinking Scarlett's on like her second case of Budweiser, so she's thinking, man, I ain't even gotta like. If Scarlett's gonna drink at Dad's funeral, she's got it all right here. The food was already prepared. You see what I'm saying? Macaroni and cheese, cornbread, barbecue, good for a wedding or a death.
Bob Keller's got the sound system set up.
Bob Keller's dressed in all black. That did throw me off for some reason. He was in all black.
Just saying.
Waiting on that envelope. So anyway, Bullet, pridefully, I left my boots on the floor. And it's done. But I'm going to go back. Not to dance again, but I'm going to change my mind.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get her back. So anyway, that's what happened this past weekend. At the same time, real quick, the Friday before, oh my gosh, little Dallas went to see Kiss.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. But let me tell you something, Dark Journey. This goes right, look this time, don't go nowhere yet. This is right along the same wedding thing. Little George and Dallas are 2 rows back from Gene Simmons. There is this very attractive, let's just start, Journey. This starts off a little bad, but I end it good. Ain't this cool how marriage is? So listen, there's this very attractive woman that's got the filter on her too in the front row. You see what I'm saying? And Little Dallas is like, Little Dallas will never go to regular school after this Kiss concert. No. So, now listen to this, I'm going to do this with all respect. So naturally the woman in the front row, her eyes meet Gene. You see what I'm saying? And she's asking Gene, does Gene want her to pull her top up? Okay. I'm serious. Right here, okay? This is what Dallas tells me, my grandbaby. But let's just start, Journey. Tommy, Gene Simmons stopped in the middle of the bass and he pointed, this very Bullet Jake Manning, just maybe, Tommy, Gene Simmons pointed to his wedding ring.
Oh, that's not Jake Manning anymore. I ain't Jake Manning no more.
Boy, what has happened to rock and roll? You see what I'm saying? See, this wedding thing's such a word.
Gene Simmons showing the sanctity of Mary that he had with Shannon.
What has happened to the world? But I swear, broke the girl's heart, Tommy. Broke the girl's heart. But Gene did this, went right on to playing, and the little Rizak just sat right back down and just killed her career. You see what I'm saying? And the concert finished. Dallas had the time.
That's why you go to a Man's Got Jake Manning match. Guess what? Ain't gonna do that.
No. Bullet Jack Manning said yes.
Come on.
But yeah, I just thought that was so cool. Like I didn't have enough stuff to be against weddings. Anyway, Gene Simmons did that. But Dallas had the time of his life. He got a guitar pick. You see what I'm saying? Okay. What a work. They've got miniature guitars. Okay. $40 a pop. That Tommy, the guitarist Tommy Taylor, he autographed each one of them. Okay, Dallas he purchased one of that. I was very impressed that he took a whole mason jar and he was very he got a bandana for him. and he got a bandana for his little brother. Okay, but what was the coolest thing? I kind of love this because this is so much like me. When they were walking in, there was these 4 dress-up people in Kiss. 3 of them's women and 1 of them's a guy. But they look more like Kiss than Kiss did.
Yeah.
Okay? So as soon as they walk in, Dallas, very me meeting the Green Ranger-ish. Just walking out there. It's a water fountain.
This is good.
I mean, Dallas walks in and he thinks for a moment, this is like the coolest thing in the world. Kiss is here meeting you. It was like the Walmart greeters dressed up like Kiss, time. Oh. But Little George had explained to his Dallas that, no, that's not them.
Oh, I'd much rather meet a woman who dresses up as Kiss than actual Kiss.
Oh, he sent me a picture.
I don't lie.
But listen.
Then I might go one day like this. If I meet a woman that dresses up like Kiss, I might be going like this one day.
But listen to me. I have got to start working hard. I realize after 40 years in the wrestling business, I'm going to have to start working hard. Little George was sending me videos of this Kiss concert, and it is like you get your money's worth. I've never seen nothing like it, Bullet. But here's how dumb rock and roll fans are. And Little George, he was trying not to be a wrestler sitting there enjoying the concert. But before each concert, they show a clip of Kiss walking out from their dressing rooms, going down the hall. They're high-fiving the police, high-fiving security to come out on stage. So the people are going nuts. But times when Kiss actually gets out there, and Little George noticed it, they got 2 different outfits on. You know what I'm saying? So that's very Bullet Jake Manish's video department.
They did a pre-tape on walking to the back. They did a pre-tape, and then they changed their gear.
Yes.
Come on, that's why Goldberg always had black trunks. You can't mess that up.
So Little George, everybody else is going, man, they're walking, they're getting ready to come. They're
pre-tape.
Boy, that was already, are you kidding me? They taped it like last year or something. But anyway, Little George didn't stooge on all that. But anyway, just a tremendous weekend for the South family. So, Bullet, and I'm thank you for letting me share it with our great viewers. I don't think I could ever do the wedding thing again, and if I have to get a lawyer or something like that, I will. But I'm going to really try to get all this changed. You see what I'm saying? And really use that 30-day policy.
Say that you were under duress.
I was very
Your daughter
under
was
duress.
trying to kill you that day.
Yes.
And I take it all back.
I take it all back, and they I don't even want a refund. Just give me my daughter back. Okay. So anyway, Bullet, enough. I know you got a lot. I don't know how you can top the funeral, the wedding. The same thing.
Can't. Got nothing but work. That's all I got in my life now. Is my work, my travel.
A couple days gathering here in Charlotte, Bullet.
I will not be there.
Okay.
You will be there.
Okay.
I will be at Northeast Wrestling, where I'll be underappreciated the entire weekend. So I'll be doing that, and then next week I got Revolver and probably something else going on too. And then after that, it's StarCast. So
yes, and just a quick plug, real quick. You mentioned it a little bit earlier. Stampede.
Carolina Stampede. Joey Janela taking on Jeff Hart.
Bullet.
I highly recommend that you show up for that. Tickets are already on sale now, and they are going fast. This one will sell out.
I totally believe that. There is a lot of people.
His flight's already been bought. His hotel's been booked, so he's definitely coming. So
a lot of people talking about that. Yep. A lot of people talking about that. So
we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, very good. So and one quick thing, the RO's Barbecue Comedy Zone venue near.
It's not a Comedy Zone venue, but it's not a Comedy Zone venue, but it is still going. They're having their shows. Unfortunately, I'm out of town for all their next ones, but I will come back to that.
Also, it's going to be regular work.
It's a regular thing, yeah. And I'm definitely coming back to that at the end of September if it's still going.
Okay, very good. I appreciate everybody sending me, all 2 of you, the well wishes for the wedding and everything. I'm glad to give an update. Busy week this week, Bullet. Anything else real quick before we go?
No,
I've been dying to do. I've been dying to send us all. Oh, Idiot of the Week. What am I thinking? Yeah. Please, Idiot of the Week. Mm-hmm. Real quick, folks, listen, I don't know if you saw it. I'm done. I'm this close. Done. And I know James Drake will give me an amen. Bullet, this past week, everybody knows Zeke's held out. Okay? Mm-hmm. He says he ain't coming back. Okay? We looked okay in preseason. Still, we just
Dak turned down $30 million.
That's it.
But then supposedly,
Bullet.
He said they were saying he wants $40 million, but then all of a sudden he goes, I don't want $40 million. So I'm like, okay, well then that's halfway between.
So, but what gets me is, and I'm going to throw, Bullet. I couldn't believe he just turned. He turned down $30 million. annually. So all I could think about is that old commercial of Dion when they offered him 10 and 15. And remember, he told Jerry Jones, "I want both." I'm thinking this is like more than both, and he turned that down. So just I will put just a quick Dak Prescott, which will be a lot of Cowboys in here. I just can't believe. Just take it. Bullet, just take the money. You see what I'm saying? That's not including endorsements and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
$30 million is a lot of money.
He's got to also remember too, and Jerry should be selling it to the guys like, hey, you live in Texas, where you don't have state income tax.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
The tax that Russell Wilson is going to be different than the tax that you're going to be paying. So I could pay you less, and you get to keep more than he does.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. So
because when you're talking about millions of dollars, what they take out for taxes is a big chunk.
Right, exactly.
So he could essentially be the highest paid after taxes.
No, I totally agree. See, nobody even takes that in consideration. I don't think he did.
Old
Jake
Manning, old decimal point Jake Manning. he thinks about
very
those
good.
things.
So I will throw come on, guys. Every year it's something, and I don't know what he's going to end up doing.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to keep this team together. It's a good
I don't
team.
Either. I don't either.
And they've only really got 2 playoff appearances,
right?
1 playoff win.
And Bullet, see, and Jerry Jones makes me mad too, but he did make a good point this week. He said these players are acting like they're the only ones I got to pay. I mean, he's got to make.
Yeah, we can pay you guys that, but you're going to run into the issue that Drew Brees ran into.
That's
for
right.
the majority of his career. He wanted to be the highest paid. We couldn't put people down there to play with you.
That's exactly right.
Plus, like, you only got one wide receiver. That's why we had to sign Des Bryant.
Right.
We can't afford anybody else. We lost one of the running backs. But, like, for the longest time, that's why the Saints suck so bad.
Yeah.
Is because Drew Brees wanted to be the highest paid.
That's
you look
exactly
at
right.
Tom Brady, is like, I'll take a little less or take a little more. We'll work it out as long as you get people in here. And then they don't go out and spend the big money on
That's
people.
right. And that's what Jerry Jones, and I totally agree with that part of it. He said, man, because Amari Cooper guy, they got to settle with him too.
I'm much more forgiving of Zeke because Zeke's a running back, and as a running back in the NFL, you got about 5 good years.
Yeah.
And this is his only time to get an opportunity for a big payday, so go ahead and get that big payday right here, right now, and then once you do that, you can do whatever you want.
Right. And see, if they give that all that money that he wants, then they can't hire people to block him. So you ain't going to be able to spend the money when they come through that line and mow you over.
I don't see the point of being the highest paid quarterback. I'd rather be the most winningest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you're going to get more endorsements. You're going to get all these things.
I totally agree.
Zeke should get his money. Zeke should be the highest paid.
But, boy, I guess, and I'll always, in the back of my mind, I'll always have that round table interview with us, with Barry Horowitz and Salvatore Blomo, and how they mention money and how, $100,000 is still a lot of money this day. They talk like $30 million is just like left on your dresser. You just pulled out of your pocket. $30 million is a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Bullet. It blows me that anybody would even turn that down to do something that you love. So, and if he gets hit real hard and injures, then that may change the whole landscape, Bullet, if he hadn't signed anything. So,
yeah, well, let's
anyway,
look at Tony
keep
Romo.
talking,
Tony
Bullet.
Romo, they still have to pay money on that.
Yes.
After he was doing broadcasting the games.
Yes. So, Dak Prescott will go in the idiot bag. Okay. Well, anything else? I am dying. Listen to me. I done killed my whole finish, Bullet, because I done pre-dropped it, folks. If you wonder why I kept dropping my prop that I picked up earlier and been trying to hang on to it, because like I did my Journey T-shirt that I was going to share with you, and I just left it in the floor for 2 weeks till I remembered I dropped it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. If you, no, I forgot. I killed it, Bullet. The wedding's still on my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. If you got a belt, just throw it down like Shane Douglas did, okay? And then purchase.
Second of all time. I don't know what there's.
No. I killed it.
Connection.
No, it was no connection. Don't do it again.
I don't know.
I can take it back.
Like you wanted to throw.
Okay.
I know you wanted to throw that belt down.
Yes,
like Shane Douglas.
I know. What did Shane do?
Listen.
Okay.
I'll help you out.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that's why.
If your daughter wants to treat you like the NWA World Title and throw you down,
perfect.
But then at the end of the day, name the second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com.
That's right, you're the greatest
That's
co-host ever.
what you can do. You can get the second greatest book of all time at highspots.com. If you want to know more about what I'm going to be doing
show,
this
boy.
weekend, as I get grossly underappreciated for my talents, my gifts, and how over I am at Northeast Wrestling, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning or on Instagram at ManScoutManning. This has
Good
been
show,
another
boy.
edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You
Thank you.
Wrestle.
That's why you're the greatest co-host in the world, boy. Thank you for tying that in. I knew I wanted to drop it, but I
Well,
didn't.
I knew that 40 minutes ago. I knew that 40 minutes ago. When I saw you pick it up, I'm like, he's only picking this up so he can drop it later. I knew.
And then I killed
And
it.
then you kept dropping it
Yes,
over and over
then
again.
I dropped it like 8 times. Boy, I can't even drop the belt right. Boy, my emotions are so whack.